Royal members, welcome to class. Welcome. I believe you had a wonderful day. Welcome to this eye-opening session. Are you ready? Let's jump right in. Have you ever asked yourself why it is important for you to improve your English? Why? Why are we talking about improving our English? Can you answer that question? I'll give you 5 minutes. Why do we need to improve our English? Beautiful, Annie. I see you. Rita, I see you. Awesome. Improving our English distinguishes us from others whenever we speak. I tell you. True. You want to sound outstanding. You want people to see you and see you as someone who is different, who is astounding, who is special. To widen our knowledge, Rita said, very true. To widen our knowledge, because the moment you understand how to speak English, you will be able to read in English. And if you're someone that is acquainted with a lot of vocabulary, it is easy for you to read and understand. Great. Rito said to help us communicate fluently and stand out. Very true. Very true. Now, it is so important for you to know how to express yourself. It is important. When you get to heaven, the first question I believe God is going to ask you is, what did you say? Who did you impact? So you are here for an impact. And for you to make that impact, you need to understand that there are skills you need to master. And one of the most important is your communication skills. I bet you spoke to nothing less than 10 people today, except you were at home. Imagine you being able to express yourself with confidence, inflection, fluency to these persons, and you have the ability to communicate in a way that people feel good about themselves. They are going to go home thinking about you. And if you're a businessman or woman, they want to come back and buy. Your voice is so important. You need to brush it. You need to brush your voice. You need to brush your accent. It is true that you were given birth to this way, but the truth is that there is a place for upgrade. Let us look at the tips that will help you improve your communication skills. Number 1, never leave your house, never leave home without your journal, notebook, and pen. Are you guilty of going out without a notebook, pen? A lot of people say, oh, but I have my phone. The truth is you can't follow up with your phone because there are lots of information in your phone that you want to, in fact, they're going to distract you. That's the truth. However, if you have a notebook, you are much more disciplined with a notebook or a journal. If you say you don't have a journal, go with a notebook. Have that notebook as a book you use in learning English fluency. I'm going to explain why it is important for you to have a journal or a notebook. I believe that, or you will agree with me that there are some times you are trying to say something. Maybe you're having a discussion with friends or at work. You're having a meeting and then you wanted to say something, but you were lost for words. you just couldn't express yourself the way you wanted to. The term, you tried as much as possible to remember this term. It wasn't just coming up. You couldn't just remember. Write it in your notebook. Tell yourself, I wanted to say something about something, but I couldn't remember. Explain it in the notebook. When you get home, go back to your notebook and look for the right term. Look for the right terminology to that very expression. And then next time, you will never repeat that again. Now, imagine doing this for a year. Imagine doing it for 2 years. You become so good. And another thing, this notebook will help you achieve new vocabulary. When you hear people speak and you hear something new, write it down. You're listening to news, you're watching TV, movie, whatever. Just write it down. At the end of the day, you come back, look at your notebook, say it. Now, it's not just about writing. A lot of people have written, they've been writing, a number of people are here today, you've been learning, and you ask yourself, why am I not speaking? This brings me to number 2, speak. I cannot emphasize this enough. No one is going to beat you. No one is going to spank you. No one is going to hit you for speaking up or speaking the right way. As long as you're not being rude, you're not swearing at people, speak. Speak when shy. Speak. You need to speak. And one way for you to speak is for you to practice. My dear, you are in the life you are in. Don't take it as if it's just a life you're just living. No. Be intentional about it. I tell people, be intentional. I can't say it enough. You are living a movie. Let's put it that way. You are a living movie. So why don't you, do you see people who make movies? They are intentional. They practice before they come on the scene. You don't just live your life anyhow. 1,000 times no. Practice. Practice again. Now, if I finish teaching and everything, and all I said, you don't put any of them to practice, nothing will change. Practice more than you write. Practice more than you listen. Practice is the number one key. Your pronunciation, everything has to be practiced. Otherwise, you will continue to believe that I've been learning. No change. The truth is, question. Have you been practicing? Don't tell me you've been learning. Have you been practicing? In practicing, imagine you have to practice 15 minutes daily for 24 hours, just 15 minutes. You become a master at the end of a year. Practice pronunciation. Imagine you practice one word daily. At the end of the year, you had already mastered 365 words. Now, if you don't know how to say a particular sound, use your tongue twister. If you find it hard to say the L later, practice a tongue twister that has lick, lock, lie. Practice with it. Before you know, your tongue is gonna adjust to saying it right. So practice cannot be overemphasized. Practice, that's the main thing. No matter what you see, maybe you see me make a post, write it down and practice with it. Otherwise, you'll lose it. That brings me to rest, the skill of rest. I'll give you 5 minutes to answer this question. I know you had a busy day today. You've been working, you've been doing many things. Did you take some time to rest? Write it for me. I want to know those people. How many minutes did you rest today before the end of today? Before now? How many minutes did you rest today? Did you have any rest? Let me know. I'll give you 5 minutes to answer that question. Beautiful. Neymar. Wuma. Sorry if I didn't pronounce your name correctly. Rest is so important when it comes to learning something. In fact, I'd like you to know that rest is a skill. Rest is a skill. A lot of people don't know that rest is a skill. Just like you plan your day, you have a to-do list, add rest to it. Because if you don't rest, you will have the capability to do more. In fact, in the Bible, God rested. You need to plan it. In fact, there are some persons at work, when they're given 30 minutes to rest, they don't. And at the end of the day, they make mistakes. They think they're doing good. They think they are good people. They think they're doing awesome. They are being hardworking. No, they're only being foolish. Because you actually need to rest to work, to be more efficient. If you don't rest, the truth is, the next time you're going to be making a mistake. You're going to be getting angry. You're going to be lashing out at people. So you need rest. Take time to rest. For me, I rest within the 24 hours, the 12 hours of the day. I rest for 1 hour intentionally. I noticed that I didn't know how to rest. And I kept on working. At the end of the day, I wouldn't be efficient. If I had worked from morning till 5 o'clock and I've not had rest, I'll begin to make mistakes. I begin to get angry. I begin to lash out. And so I decided that, not just deciding, I had someone, I paid for a class, and in that class, they were talking about the skill of rest. And I was like, little wonder. And I started practicing rest as a skill every day, 1 hour daily. I find out that I do not necessarily need to sleep. I just need to rest. Take my phone off of me, take everything, just go. Everyone is going to be all right. I need to rest. And by the time I'm done with that rest, it looks as if I just started my day and I'm more energized. So rest. If you don't rest, when it's time for you to study, when it's time for you to learn English, maybe after writing in your journal and it's time for you to learn, you are tired, you're fatigued, you can't. Learn to rest. Royal members, how many of you have planned to go on a vacation this year? Did you go? Did you plan? How would you believe in your life every year without planning to go on a vacation? You had 12 months to save up for a vacation. Education don't just happen. You need to travel. Travel is part of education. You don't necessarily need to travel abroad. You can travel from one state to another, just taking rest. No, I work with old people and I've seen them at the end of their life wondering, what did they do? They never had rest. Now, this part of rest I'm talking about is not 1 hour rest. The rest you take in a year. I'm talking about 3 weeks, 2 weeks, a month rest. This is when you get to get inspiration of your next level. You've been hustling and bustling. You've been chasing after this money. When will you rest? Rest. When you rest, you put your life together. Now, when I say rest, I don't mean just spend your whole day resting. I'm talking about a structured rest, a planned rest. And when the time is up, the time is up. This will help you become more effective because yesterday you said you were going to learn how to speak English. Up to today, you couldn't. You couldn't because you are not structured. You don't have a system of rest that will help you refill and come back. I am pouring my heart to you. You need a structure because when you get back to heaven, God is going to ask you. The Bible says that Jesus opened the book and he found where it was written about him. Funny, right? You already have a script. You need to rest to find what God is saying to you. Stop being busy all day, every day. 1 year, you're doing the same thing. Structure yourself. Rest, think, meditate. They are very important to your living. I said to myself, I'm going to stick with 1 hour today, and it worked. I'm so happy. I'm so happy. If you have any questions, we're going to use the next 10 minutes to ask and answer. Let's shoot. In the absence of any questions, I'm going to end this class by saying this. Anything you're struggling with in this life, be it your finances, be it your character, be it your social life, your relationship, your fluency, your communication, your pronunciation, you need to train yourself. Pay for the training because it's already costing you. Pay to get equipped. It's costing you your social life. It's costing you your friends. It's costing you your voice. It's costing you sacrifice in order to get it. Even Jesus had to sacrifice his life to get us, to save us. So whatever you want to be willing to pay the sacrifice. Our next class will be on our page training, voice inflection. Have you been enlisted? One thing you want to do for yourself is to pay for the training rather. Sacrifice to it. I'll see you in our next class. I love you. Bye for now.